Welcome to another daily roundup of Russian Telegram chatter. Your like and subscribe to my channel would really be appreciated. Subscription is free and it only takes a moment of your time. I monitor and translate Russian Telegram chat channels as a general mood check, so you don't have to. Remember, please do your own research and be wary of propaganda and disinformation, which occurs frequently in Russian chat, especially when there is bad news for Russians concerning the country's illegal and genocidal war in Ukraine. The images used in the video are for illustration purposes only. They do not necessarily represent the issues or translations. And finally, please note, the chat is unverified and I do not endorse the views expressed. Right? Let's get on with it. On Telegram today, Peskov denied the WP reports about a telephone conversation between Putin and Trump. The Kremlin called these reports pure fiction. There are no specific plans for contacts between Putin and Trump yet, Peskov added. The Russian president publicly congratulated Trump on his election victory during his speech at Valdai. There he also complained that Western leaders had stopped calling him. Trumpovka vodka will appear in Russia. An application for brand registration has already been submitted to Rospatent. The authorities have not allowed the film The Apprentice: The Rise of Trump to be shown in Russian cinemas. The film was denied a distribution certificate. The film tells the story of Trump's business career in New York in the 1970s and 1980s. The Russian premiere was scheduled for November 14th. The biopic was released in the US on October 11th. Trump called the film cheap, slanderous, and politically disgusting hackwork. The Russian government is preparing one of the largest layoffs of civil servants. By July 1st, 2025, the staff of territorial divisions will be reduced by 10% at once, Kommersant has learned. At the same time, the 10% staff reduction is perceived as a guideline. In reality, this share may be higher. In total, over 400,000 people will be laid off. More than 0.5% of those employed in the Russian economy. Mass layoffs are needed so that the salaries of laid-off employees can be used to increase those who will continue to work. Some Russian regions have raised the reproductive age of men to 60 years. In 2024, the state began assessing the reproductive health of Russians as part of a medical examination. The Russian Ministry of Health has defined the framework reproductive age for women, and men is 18 to 49 years. However, authorities in a number of regions have raised the age of men subject to screening from 49 years to 60 years, as recommended by the Federal Ministry of Health. This decision was made in the Ivanovo, Irkutsk, Tver, Tambov, Nizhny Novgorod, Saratov, Samara, Chelyabinsk regions, Stavropol Krai, Chuvashia, and Transbaikalia. At the same time, according to the World Bank, men in Russia live, on average, only 67 years, which is the same as in Eritrea. Global warming in Russia is occurring much faster than in the rest of the world. The Hydrometeorological Center has stated. This is due to the fact that the rate of warming varies depending on the latitude. The fastest warming occurs in the northern latitudes, 3.5 times faster than the global average. Then come the temperate latitudes of Eurasia, where most of Russia is located, where it is warming 2.5 times faster. Prices for apartments in new buildings have begun to fall in Russia. The reasons include an increase in the key rate, a reduction in preferential mortgage programs, and the limited financial capabilities of Russians. The trend may last up to a year and a half, and the price reduction may reach 15%, experts believe. The Russian economy is short of 2.7 million workers, HSE researchers have found. The demand for workers increased by 10% in the second quarter of 2024 and reached a record. The shortage of personnel is caused by the effect of the demographic hole and the outflow of migrants, experts say. In addition, the increase in production of military-industrial complex products has increased the need for personnel. That's all for today, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Please remember, the chat is unverified. I do not endorse the views expressed. Be wary of disinformation and DYOR. I monitor and translate Vatnik channels as a general mood check, so you don't have to. I do not endorse the views expressed. Be wary of disinformation and do your own research. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I also leave comments open for feedback, which I really appreciate. You can view my original posts in much more detail on Twitter. Follow me at bfeeta_fella. My research threads also include full references and sources to speed up your own research. Did you know that I also provide daily updates and deep dive research videos on a range of interesting subjects, including economics, geopolitics, sanctions circumventions, fossil fuel updates, and much more. If you are able to support me, look for the links to buy me a coffee and Patreon. I do provide links in the description of the video. I really appreciate all the support I can get towards my research, equipment, and publication costs. Thank you to those who have supported. You are simply awesome. Your regular support is really appreciated. The YouTube edition of my Russian Telegram chat translations is released every night at midnight UK time. Have a great day. I look forward to your next visit.